Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news, all right. Folks, hold on to your hats because there's a buzz in the NFL that could have serious repercussions for the Giants and the entire NFC East. Rumors are swirling around a potential blockbuster trade involving John Franklin Myers, the talented defensive tackle from the Denver Broncos, heading to the New York Giants. Now I know what you're thinking. Another trade rumor, right? But this one feels different. This feels like a game changer, especially for a Giants defense that's been looking to take that next step. Let's unpack everything and see why this could be the move that redefines the Giants' season and maybe even their future. First, to set the stage, John Franklin Myers is a 29-year-old versatile defensive lineman who's been making waves in Denver. Standing at 6'4" and weighing around 288 pounds, he's a force to be reckoned with in the trenches. Over his career, which spans 8 seasons, Franklin Myers has accumulated a total of 28, 5 sacks and 218 tackles, showcasing his ability to disrupt both the passing and running game. In 2025, he played 15 games, racking up 5 sacks, 42 tackles, 28 solo, along with 3 forced fumbles and 4 pass deflections. His PFF grade for the year was an impressive 79.8, placing him among the top 25 defensive tackles in the league. Not only that, but he generated 48 pressures, 10 quarterback hits, and had a win rate of 19%. His EPA per rush was around 14, indicating solid efficiency in disrupting plays. What makes Franklin Myers particularly appealing to the Giants is his explosiveness and versatility. He can line up inside as a defensive tackle, but also has the ability to rush from the edge, giving the Giants flexibility in their defensive schemes. His style is reminiscent of some of the best interior defenders in the league, and he's known for his relentless motor and ability to collapse the pocket. He's also a player who can stop the run at a high level, which has been a concern for Giants fans in recent seasons. Adding Franklin Myers to the front line would be a significant boost, especially in a division like the NFC East, where physicality and run stopping are key. Now, why would Denver consider trading him? The Broncos finished 5-12 in 2025, and their defense was leaking points, giving up an average of 30 points per game. Their cap situation isn't ideal either, with only around $2.8 million in space, which constrains their ability to re-sign key players or add new talent. Denver is also in the middle of a rebuild, focusing on rebuilding their offensive line and finding a franchise quarterback. They have other priorities, such as extending certain and OL players, which means Franklin Myers, who's requesting an extension around $18 million a year, might be on the chopping block. The Broncos are also looking to shed salary cap hits, like the trade of Buckner in 2022, which helped unload $16 million for the Colts, so a trade for a first-round pick makes sense. It's a strategic move to accelerate their rebuild while acquiring draft capital, especially considering their poor record against AFC West opponents and the odds of winning the Super Bowl, which have plummeted from plus 18000 to plus 50000. For the Giants, this potential trade is a no-brainer. They finished 4-13 last season, and their run defense was among the worst in the league, allowing close to 198 yards per game on the ground. Bringing in Franklin Myers could change that dramatically. His presence would immediately bolster their interior rush and help set the tone against divisional rivals like the Cowboys and Eagles, who love to run the ball and control the clock. The projection is that Franklin Myers could add around 5 sacks, boost pressures by 50, and improve their EPA per run defense from -0.16 to something even more formidable, pairing him with Dexter Lawrence, who's also a force inside and posted a PFF grade of 84. 2 in 2025 creates a duo that can dominate the trenches. Imagine the havoc they could wreak together, freeing up the edges for more aggressive rushes and creating turnovers. This duo would also have a significant impact on Daniel Jones and the Giants' offense. With a stronger front, Jones could buy more time in the pocket, allowing him to make those deep throws and extend plays. The offense might see a jump of around 160 yards per game, and the Giants could force more turnovers, something they struggled with last season. The improved run defense would also keep their opponents' rushing attack in check, giving the Giants a more balanced and aggressive approach on defense. It's the kind of upgrade that could turn a decent team into a playoff contender, especially considering the NFC's current landscape, which is wide open after some teams took big hits in the offseason. Now, let's talk about the playoff implications because, realistically, adding Franklin Myers could push the Giants from a borderline playoff team to a true contender. The odds for the Giants to win the Super Bowl this year are currently around plus 2,000, meaning they are long shots, about a 0.5% chance. But with this kind of upgrade, those odds could shift dramatically, potentially to plus 5,000 or about a 196% chance. It may not sound like much, but in the NFL, a single impactful addition can be the difference between missing the playoffs and making a deep run. Franklin Myers' ability to pressure quarterbacks, especially on third downs, could be a key X-factor in close games and crucial postseason moments. His presence would elevate the entire defense, leading to more stops and less scoring for opponents. And let's not forget the broader division. The Eagles and Cowboys are formidable, but the Giants, with their improving defense and a talented offense led by Daniel Jones, are positioning themselves to challenge for the NFC East crown. A dominant defensive line makes life easier for the secondary and creates turnovers, which are often the deciding factor in tight games. If the Giants can get Franklin Myers for a first-round pick, it's akin to making a strategic investment that could pay dividends for years. It also signals that the Giants are serious about contending now, not just rebuilding for the future, but actually competing at the highest level sooner rather than later. Of course, nothing is set in stone yet. The deal is close, but no official confirmation has come through. The league whispers suggest that the trade could be finalized soon, possibly before the trade deadline in early November. If it does go through, it's going to send shockwaves through the NFC East and could be the move that defines the Giants' season. Think about it. A team that's been searching for a reliable interior pass rusher finally gets that missing piece, and suddenly their defense becomes a nightmare for opponents. The Giants could start to control games from the inside out, flipping their entire defensive identity and giving their offense more opportunities to shine. From a strategic perspective, it's a smart move for the Giants. They're acquiring a player with proven production, and they're doing it by giving up a first-round pick in 2026. That's a significant investment, but one that could pay off big time if Franklin Myers continues to perform at a high level. Plus, with the team's current cap situation, they can probably work out an extension to keep him around longer, especially if he continues to be a disruptive force. It's a gamble, sure, but one that aligns perfectly with their goal of competing now and in the near future. In conclusion, this potential trade is more than just a headline. It's a statement of intent from the Giants, that they're serious about contending and building a defense that can carry them deep into the playoffs and maybe even a Super Bowl. Franklin Myers, with his explosive ability and versatility, could be the catalyst for that transformation. Meanwhile, the Broncos seem to be playing a long game, focusing on their rebuild and accumulating draft capital. For the Giants fans, this is an exciting time. We're witnessing a team that's willing to make bold moves to reach the top. For Denver fans, it's a rebuild, a step back to take two forward later. But for now, the focus is on the Giants and the potential of adding a key piece that could change everything. So stay tuned, keep your fingers crossed, and let's hope this deal gets done. Because if it does, we might just be looking at a new chapter in Giants history, one filled with hope, resilience, and a serious shot at Super Bowl LXI. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Franklin Myers can be the missing piece to push us over the edge? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion really matters to us and to the Giants. This is a team that's always been about resilience and fighting spirit, and with moves like this, we're taking big steps toward a brighter future. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates on this story and everything else happening in Giants land, so stay tuned. Let's keep the conversation going and continue to support our team through thick and thin. The road to Super Bowl LXI might just be getting a little clearer, and with your passion, we'll be right there cheering every step of the way. Thank you all for being the best fans in the NFL. Let's go Giants!